Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the West Coast, where today we're going to be doing some silage with the forage wagon here, the Mengele. Do I have the additives turned on? I do. Fantastic. Doing some silage for the BGA in fact. And I'm trying to find out where it is I actually need to go to pick up the line that I was on. Did I do the full outer round? Apparently I did. Fantastic. Let's get into the inner round then. The inner headland. So I'm just pretty much continuing on from the stream. We'll get cruise control set to 13 kilometers an hour, which will give us 80 to 90% active load. Because I do need to keep the active load under 100% as much as I possibly can, just to allow it to not clog. Because this does have an active load script and a blocking script, which is annoying, but more realistic than not having one. So this is going to go over to the BGA. It's quite a long drive to the BGA from here. We got to go down the road by the cows, along through the town. The BGA is on the other side of town, so it is, you know, not the shortest trip in the world. But it will be good for money because we can then use the telehandler to sell the silage in time, and we'll be rolling in cash. Now at the moment we do have two vehicles out on Courseplay. We've got the JCB Fast Track 8000 seeding soybeans nuts in field 15, and we've got the Challenger MT700E with the John Deere plough on the back, ploughing in field 16. So they won't hit each other, hopefully, unless something crazy happens. I didn't realize we owned field 16. It's currently planted in potatoes. I'm actually ploughing up the potatoes. I'm ploughing up an active crop because I don't have the money to buy potato stuff, and I don't want to rent it, and I don't want to deal with the single row harvester. That's my entire logic. Is the single row harvesters are the devil, and it's faster. It's easier to just plough it up. I will be planting potatoes eventually when we can afford is it the Maxtron? The big, huge potato harvester. That's part of the reason why we're doing silage, by the way, is to get the potato harvester. Because I would like to do potatoes. I would like to, you know, expand this farm as quickly and as much as I possibly can. And I figure doing some forage wagon silage. It's not done all that often in game by many people, because it's a lot easier to just buy a forage harvester and deal with that. It's definitely not done much with the Mengele, because, well, this thing is effectively the devil. But I do like this Mengele. I don't use it much, again, because it's a bit of a pain, but it is probably one of the best forage harvesters available. Just because it does have that active load script. I think it's one of the most realistic ones available, for sure. So let's get the beacon on. I'm not using the wheel today, by the way. My stream yesterday's stream ended 15 minutes ago. So when I said yesterday that I was going to go straight into West Coast and record, for once I wasn't kidding. Usually I leave it an hour or so. No, I wasn't actually kidding yesterday. I am trying to get stuff sorted as quickly as possible. Now, for those of you watching this, I've got a little surprise. Because I said there'd be a video at 5 o'clock this evening. There will be. But for those of you watching this, you get a sneak preview of that video, because I've got a little announcement to make. And that little announcement is that on Wednesday, this Wednesday, I won't be at home. There'll be no stream on Wednesday. The reason that I won't be at home and there won't be a stream is that I'm going to the National Ploughing Championships. I hope all of you are sat down, because I wasn't telling you this during the stream because I wasn't 100% sure. I've made the decision during the stream. I said that I made the decision. On Wednesday I'll be at the National Ploughing Championships, and I'll be wandering around perusing the stands and looking at everything that I can. So if you bump into me there, feel free to say hi. And I'll have my phone with me. It's also why I said I need to ring the bank today. Hopefully, by the time this... Well, not by the time this video is out, because this video is going out at 6 AM. But hopefully, by the time the second video goes out, I'll have rang the bank, because the bank will then be closed. Because I need to sort out my debit card and get that freed up again. Because the charge I wasn't expecting went onto it, and the bank was like, "Hey, is this real?" I was like, "Yeah, but I can't tell you guys because my phone's out of credit, and I need the card to get credit on my phone. And I need my phone to get my card working again, so I'm gonna have to borrow the house phone, ring the bank." All the fun of a real life. But yeah, I will be on Wednesday, September. What date is it on Wednesday? Where's my phone? Oh, my phone's all the way over there. Wednesday, September, whatever date Wednesday is, because I'm not going to grab my phone because it's halfway across the room. I'll be at the National Ploughing Championships in, I believe they're in County Offaly. I don't know where they are. And if you're worried that I'll only be there for a short period, let me assure you right now, I will be there all day. Because my dad is going to be an exhibitor there. I'm not going to say which stand or, where. But my dad's an exhibitor there, so I will have to be there all day. I'll be going with him in the morning and leaving with him in the evening, so I'll be there from opening until closing. So if you're there at all on Wednesday, I'll be there too. See if you can find me. I'm not gonna make announcements of where I'll be and when, because I don't know where I'll be and when. But I'll be there. And I've been keeping it a secret that I was actually half considering going. Landy and Fahy and Sim all talked me into it. I'll have my phone on me. I will be recording periodically throughout the day. Some vlogs and some clips and some stuff. So I'm hoping to actually get to see some ploughing. Perhaps. Maybe. Don't know what I'll end up doing. I'd like to go see the equipment stands. That's something that I'm almost definitely going to take in. But I'd like to see some ploughing as well, and I've heard there's a rumour that there's going to be some 135s there, so if you see the 135s, odds are I'll be there at some point during the day. Because you guys know my fascination with the Massey Ferguson 135. But yeah, I'm not even going to... I would normally clickbait this video with big announcement. That's going to be the 5 o'clock video, is the big announcement and all that kind of stuff, so... Feel free to watch that, and I'll potentially have more details then. Although I think I've already given all the details I can. But feel free to watch that video as well. And this JCB is actually performing really well. I like the fast tracks. There's a reason I chose the fast tracks for this map, and it's that I was talking to Landy before release, and he said, "Oh, it's a big map. You're going to need, you're going to be doing a lot of driving." I said, "Okay." Well, I was planning on using the fast tracks anyway, but that's kind of reinforced the idea in my head. Because I didn't want to use yellow vehicles. I don't know why I wanted yellow, but I wanted yellow. And choosing the fast tracks meant that I could do things at a decent speed. I could do everything pretty much at high speed, or the fastest that things could go, which I always like doing. The Challenger is literally just there to plough and cultivate and do all the heavy field work. Which, oddly enough, is what I do in real life. I was going to originally just have the 2 fast tracks. Which I'm glad that I changed my mind. And by the way, it won't just be fast tracks in a Challenger forever. I will be swapping these vehicles out over time. And getting bigger stuff and better stuff, and potentially getting a John Deere. I've not entirely decided yet. And I might even get a smaller vehicle as well. Something like the Massey 35 that was on the mod hub. It's in IMT colours, but I'm going to reskin into a Massey 35 because I want a Massey 35. I don't like the IMT stuff when it's released as IMT. It's like they're literally Massey Fergusons. Well, or in this case a Massey. It was before Massey and Ferguson actually joined up. Because Ferguson used to be a separate company entirely, but it's literally a Massey 35. it's, you know, it's the forerunner to the 135, my favourite tractor, and I'll be damned if I'm not reskinning that thing. It's going to take a little while, but I'll get it reskinned and I'll have a lovely Massey 35. I do also have available to me a Massey Ferguson 135 that I want to tweak and test and tweak and test and tweak and test, and when that's ready I'll be debuting it on the channel as well, because I do like the 135. You know, I've made it no secret that this is my favourite tractor, and if somebody out there is a tractor maker and wants to make me very, very happy, make me a 135 please. High quality, mind you, not just dodgy bad mod. I want it to be Giants quality 135, because I want a good 135 that I can throw onto literally every map and have wherever I want. So this silage making is going well. The annoying thing is going to be trying to level the silage, because I don't particularly have a silage leveler. I don't think I can afford one, which is gonna make things interesting. Looks like we'll need another 2 loads from here. Or we'll get another 2 loads from here. I did buy this field specifically to do silage for the BGA. And the reason I'm doing silage for the BGA is, well, because it makes me money. I could have done silage bales. And I could do silage bales from now on because, of course, the McHale 991 wrapper has been released. If you go onto CD Models Facebook page, actually, if you go onto Facebook to CD Models Facebook page, you don't even need to have Facebook to do this, but I would thoroughly recommend you do this. There is a second version of the McHale on there that I think is more interesting to more people, because the version that's on Facebook has the SOB Zentro script for color selectable bales. So you can have pink silage bales, or black silage bales, or green silage bales, or blue silage bales, or purple silage bales. You can have all the colours of the rainbow for all it matters. Through several different McHales, obviously, but you can have whatever colour silage bale you want, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to have pink bales on here. I'm going to be actually swapping stuff out for October, which is coming up very, very soon. I'll need to get working on my October fleet again. I'll be swapping out all the vehicles for my October fleet on this map. So I do apologise for those of you that love normal looking tractors. The tractors ain't going to look very normal for very long, or for very much longer. They're going to be a bit more fabulous for a month, and then I'll swap back to the normal tractors, and or maybe even just the normal versions of the same tractors, because October, for those of you who are not aware, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I like doing stuff for that because it's a cause that I hold dear. It's close to me. So I'm almost always going to have an October fleet. And you'll also see why I've got a fascination with a specific colour in October. And you guys know what the colour is? Most of you will. Most of you who will have been around since last October will know exactly why I've got a fascination with that colour. And why the whole BCA thing is close to my heart. And I'll talk about that more in October. How compacted is this? Not at all. Okay, we're going to have to compact a bit. Can I afford I think it's going to be in levelers? Anything at all? No. How about in MISC? Is there anything in MISC I can actually afford that'll help me with silage? That won't help at all. Nothing in MISC. How about in weights? I mean, weights are always useful, but no, I don't have anything that's actually going to be of use. That's kind of irritating. So what I'll have to do is basically run over silage a lot with the fast track. I mean, I could use the Challenger for this, but the Challenger would take a while to get down here, and it's a low speed vehicle, so you know it's not going to be It'll be faster for leveling, but it'll be a lot slower getting down. I think using the fast track right now to level what is in there currently is going to be the faster option. So we're 5%, 6%, because it's only 7,500 litres, or 75,000 litres. Ooh. That's quite a lot of chaff, actually. And I think about it like that. FS15 would have been like a fifth or a sixth of a full silo, because the silos in FS15 were about 600,000 litres, sometimes a million, but about 600,000 litres, so that would be more than 10% of a silo. That would be enough to ferment. Back in FS15. Of course, now the Giants changed the way that silage works. You only need to actually ferment 1 litre of silage, of chaff to get silage. You can have as little as 1 litre in a bunker. I don't know why you'd ever want to do that, but you can. So there's no minimum limit anymore, which I think is more realistic. Because in real life you don't decide, okay, well the minimum amount before I'm going to ferment is this much. In real life it's just, well, whatever I get I'll ferment it and see what happens. Because that's usually all that you can actually get. You know, ferment all the chaff and grass and whatever that I have and see if I have enough silage for the year. If not, I can buy some silage bales off people, or buy some, you know, rent some extra land and get some more, you know, get some silage bales made there by some contractors and waste a bit of money, but I'll have enough to feed my cows through the winter. That's the way that it works in reality. In farm sim, it's just, oh, throw it all into a pit and in like a day or two it'll be fine. And if there's not enough, well, I can empty the pit and make a giant pile of silage and refill the pit again. But this is coming on well. To 48% compacted, and you can see that it's actually formed now a nice little ramp. Because I'm doing this actually I'm actually compacting this quite very well by my standards. Usually I don't get a nice neat ramp like that. Usually it's kind of a bit of a messy one. That is, I'm actually impressed. I'm actually very impressed by how well I'm doing this right now. Because it's gonna look really nice if it's well compacted like this when I cover it up at the end of the video, which hopefully I'll get to cover it up at the end of the video. Just 65, 60, no, 2/3 compacted now. And you can see the trick that I'm using is just kind of go along the edge, the very, very edge of it, and just crush that down, and then move over a bit, and crush it down again. It tends to give a nice little edge to it. Get it nice and flat. So there's people who use levelers and levelers and levelers, and they never get a level. That's because they don't actually roll the pit, they just level the pit. Or attempt to level it with a leveler, which I found they can be a bit, well, bad. Whereas rolling a pit like this, you'll almost always get a good result. Because it spreads the silage out, which I don't know if it would in real life, but it spreads out in a somewhat believable manner at the very least. I'm not going to say it's completely believable and realistic, but it's a lot better than I'd get from using a leveler, for sure. I mean, that looks neat. That looks really nice and neat and clean. And with a leveler, it wouldn't be. So, there's a method behind my madness of doing everything like this manually. I'm just using a tractor to roll it because, hey, look, that's a neat pit now. And it's fully compacted, but there's still another load of grass. I think another load, at least, over at the field. So let's get over there and get the last of the grass out of the field and into the pit. I can overtake this guy fairly easily. We've just missed the train, by the way. That's gone through. I could hear it while I was compacting. Kind of glad that we missed it because I'd just be sat there for a couple of minutes while the train passed through. Can I get through here with no problems? Yes, I can. Ooh, yeah, kind of. Close enough. I do want to apologize for the clicking as well. It's my keyboard, there's nothing I can do about it. All I can do really is try and talk as much as I can so that you can't hear the clicking as clearly. I get the horrible feeling about we handed some food and have to end this video a bit earlier than I'd like. Or pause it, I guess. But, yeah, going 72 kilometers an hour through the map makes a lot more sense than cruising along at 50. Oh, nuts. Cruising along at 50 and, you know, doing half the work that I'd be able to get done with a fast track. So, some people are going to be happy that I'm using a fast track. Some people are going to be really angry that, hey, you don't use a fast track for doing this. Why would you ever use a fast track for doing this? You heathen. How dare you? The reason I'm using a fast track for doing this is because it's fast. It's a fast tractor, hence fast track. That's actually what the name means. I do enjoy that the guys over at JCB never actually finished making the cabs for it. Well, never actually changed the shape of the back of these. So the back of the fast track's always been kind of a weird half cab looking shape. And the reason for that is there is in real life like mounted equipment you can throw on the back, like a mounted sprayer and stuff. So you can turn this into a self-propelled, whatever you want it to be. You can get a small sprayer. I think you can get a backpack fertilizer spinner for it as well. I don't know if backpack is the correct word, but that's the same kind of reasoning, at least, behind a backpack spreader. Don't know if this is gonna... Well, I know this is gonna fill up the trailer. I don't know if it's gonna fill up and have some left in the field. And what I'll do when this is done is possibly in a stream go out with the I might have to do it off camera actually. Go out with the weeder and just get rid of the excess grass and all that kind of stuff and fertilize the field, because the weeder is free fertilizer for one stage only. Just realised, by the way, that if I wanted to do silage bales, I actually need to get a round baler as well, which I don't currently have. So it's another reason, if needed, that I'm not doing silage bales. So that's going to be what the money from this silage is going to turn into, is a round baler and a wrapper. So I think that makes sense. Well, it does make sense to me. I know it makes sense to me. The two Courseplay guys should be coming up close to being finished with their fields in a moment. So we should be... oh, this is not going to fill the trailer, is it? I've just noticed this is not going to fill the trailer entirely. That's somewhat interesting. It's actually convenient, but it's somewhat interesting. I like using the word somewhat, so just deal with me using it completely wrong. Those of you who actually know what somewhat means, I'm technically using it correctly, but I use it too much. Yeah, I like when things go a bit... Well, I like when things don't go according to plan the best way, where it's more convenient than I actually thought it would be. It's always, always, always convenient. And nice. So we're half full. We're right about now. We don't have much to go, so we will get the rest of the grass out of this field. I won't do the clean up of the little scraggly bits. I don't see the point of it. I know Sim calls them scrag ends. I've always called them scraggly bits. Same kind, I think it's the same word we use, like based on scrag, but I call them scraggly. Which just, I don't know. I like it. This is going surprisingly well. I do need to take a thumbnail, actually. occurred to me that I need to take a thumbnail. So let's just stop this up. I don't actually need to be working to do this, do I? So I'm just going to stop this up over here. Like this, so. Get out of the tractor. Go down. Zoom in. And thumbnail. And it's that easy. Oh. Level 3 actually shows that it's ploughing. Interesting. The cow productivity is shockingly low, and I think that's because I don't have any TMR for them at the moment. Because the silage bit of the cows, which hilariously were actually right beside the cows, it's not fully fermented just yet. It'll be fermented come morning in game, but obviously it's not morning yet. And I think even this pit over that I'm doing now, the silage pit at the BGA, will actually be fermented come morning, so it might work out very, very well for us indeed. Because I can set the telehandler over there and start selling crop, or selling silage. Can I do that? I think I can do that. I don't know. Might be better if I got a conveyor belt system set up for that. But I would need to take a couple of loads of the telehandler for sure, just to get the money to get the conveyor system going. So, whoops. Well, that was definitely interesting. Do I want to do the thing? Yeah, I think that's going to be the best way to do it. Is sell a bit with the telehandler, get a conveyor belt system going, and just let it run for a bit. Challenger's confused by the gate. That's actually fine. It's pretty much finished. It's just not flagging up for whatever reason. Probably because it's stuck. It's not technically slipping because it can't slip, I guess, in theory. But it's to the BGA we go, and we'll end the video with the covering of the silo. Oh. In we go. I'm going to put the silage down this end of it here, where it's kind of at the highest point. So I don't mind ruining the ramp a bit. We are, of course, losing compaction of it, but again, that's fine, because we're only going to lose 10, maybe 11%. That'll be recompacted in no time. In fact, if I reverse up here, you can see that it's already kind of, actually almost definitely compacting down quite nicely to, ooh, lost 14, nearly 15% compaction. That's significantly more than I'd anticipated. We should be able to get this done in fairly short order though, just by running the fast track over and back like I did before. We've already gained 3%, so yeah, this won't be too long at all. Up to 91% compaction. It does actually slow down once you're kind of rolling a flat. So when you're rolling these bumps down, that it gives you really quick, good compaction. It makes you think you're doing well, and then it starts to flatten out a bit more, and the compaction level, or the compaction speed slows a lot. To being nearly a crawl, so to 99%. Oh, we're effectively done. That's that compacted. And that is going to be it from me for today. I will leave you guys by saying I've been RainbowDave. You've been watching Farming Simulator 17 on the West Coast. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And you can feel free to share the video as well. I don't say that much, but I kind of thought it was a given that if I'm saying you can like and subscribe, you can also share the videos around with your friends and whatnot. I'll be back next time, and we'll be doing something hopefully not grass related. I think I've been doing a lot of grass work lately. Until next time, stay safe and goodbye.